Take a look around you. I mean, right now, chances are you're surrounded by cement. It's in the walls of your home, it's in the bridges you cross, it's in the skyscrapers that pretty much define our cities. But have you ever really stopped to think about this humble gray powder? Well, we're about to uncover the incredible journey of how it's made, from a mountain quarry all the way to the very foundation of our modern world. So, just how big is this industry? Get a load of this number. Over 4 billion tons of cement are produced across the globe every single year. It's an amount that's almost impossible to wrap your head around, and it's the key ingredient that is literally holding our civilization together.
But, a scale that massive comes with a pretty massive environmental price tag. The cement industry is responsible for a whopping 40% of all particulate matter emissions from all industrial sources combined. It's a really stark reminder that the very stuff we use to build our world has a huge impact on it too.
So how do they do it? How is this world-changing powder actually made? Come on, let's follow the entire journey, from raw rock blasted out of the earth to the fine gray glue that builds our modern world. Okay, so here's the game plan. It all starts at the quarry with extraction. Then we move on to crushing and blending. After that, things get really hot in the kiln process. And finally, it's cooled down and ground into the finished product we all recognize.
The whole journey kicks off with gathering the raw ingredients. You can kind of think of it like following a recipe, just, on a geological scale. We're essentially turning a piece of a mountain into a very carefully prepared meal for a giant, fiery oven.
The first step is just pure, raw, brute force. Materials like limestone and clay are literally blasted out of quarries. From there, these massive crushers and mills get to work, just breaking down these huge rocks into smaller and smaller pieces until they eventually become a fine powder.
But don't let all that smashing fool you. This isn't just random dust. These different powders are meticulously measured out and blended together to create a perfectly consistent mixture called raw meal. Getting this mix just right is absolutely critical for the quality and the strength of the final cement.
And now we've arrived at the most dramatic part of the whole process. This is the heart of the operation. This is where that raw meal undergoes a fundamental chemical transformation, turning it from a simple mixture into something entirely new.
So before it hits the main event, the raw meal is fed into this massive preheater tower. And this is a really brilliant piece of engineering. It actually uses the hot exhaust gases coming from the kiln to start heating up the meal, which saves a huge amount of energy. And this is the temperature it needs to hit, 1450 degrees Celsius. To put that in perspective for you, that's hotter than volcanic lava. So yeah, inside that kiln, this material is about to face its trial by fire.
So the preheated meal goes into this long, rotating, cylindrical kiln. As it tumbles slowly through this inferno, a whole series of complex chemical reactions, what's known as pyroprocessing, starts to happen, and it completely alters the physical and chemical structure of the material.
And this is what comes out the other end. These small, hard nodules are called clinker. Now, this isn't the final cement powder yet, but it is the crucial intermediate product. This is the very core of what cement is going to become.
So the clinker has survived the inferno, but the journey isn't over yet. In these final stages, these hard little pebbles get refined into that familiar powder we all know as cement. First things first, the clinker is still red hot, so it needs to cool down. It gets moved into a cooler where these powerful blowers just blast it with air, bringing the temperature way down so it can actually be handled in the final step. So as the cooled clinker is heading to the grinding mill, they add a brand new ingredient to the mix, gypsum. And you might be wondering, wait a minute, why would you add something new right at the very end of such a precise process? Well, here's the answer. That gypsum acts as a kind of regulator. You see, without it, the cement would harden almost instantly the second you mixed it with water, which would make it totally useless for construction. This one final addition is what gives builders the time they actually need to work with the concrete. After that final grind, the process is finally complete. The clinker and the gypsum have been milled into a fine, uniform powder. Now it's just time to get this cement from the factory all the way to the construction site. The finished cement is stored in these absolutely massive silos, just waiting for distribution. From there, it's either packaged into bags or loaded up into bulk tankers and shipped out to construction sites all over the world, ready to build everything from a simple patio to a towering skyscraper. And all along the way, quality control is being monitored constantly.
And this whole complex process isn't static. The industry is always looking for ways to improve, whether it's using alternative fuels or developing new tech. The ultimate goal, really, is to make this essential manufacturing process more efficient and, hopefully, more sustainable for the future.
So we've followed the journey all the way from a simple rock to a complex, world-shaping powder. It's a process of just immense power and incredible heat that has enabled us to build on a scale we've never seen before. The question now is, what's next for this fundamental material?